So I've probably picked a very inopportune time to film this video because I have half an hour before I need to leave for work and my camera is telling me that it's running out of charge. Recently, with the rise of lots of YouTube drama regarding things like TanaCon, and now there's something with Toxicity, am I saying that right? I've only ever seen that written down. I've never actually heard anyone say that name before, so I could be saying that entirely wrong, which is kind of proving the point of this video, I guess. I've kind of taken a massive step back from the YouTube community. I was gonna say YouTube then, but I still make videos and I'm still sort of involved in this. Obviously back in like 2011, 2012 when I first started, YouTube was the only creative outlet I had. I was an unemployed actress, so I had nowhere to perform and no one to perform to. YouTube was the only thing at the time that I was passionate about that was also giving back to me and sort of satisfying my creative needs at the time. But as time has gone on, there's been a couple of instances within the YouTube community that I was directly involved with that obviously sort of tainted YouTube, I guess, as a whole for me. And there were lots of things that I wasn't directly involved with that also kind of skeeved me out a bit and sort of made me wanna go, okay, I'm gonna be over here while you do that over there, because I don't like that over there. That's not for me, so I'll be here. And then there's also the simple fact that my acting career picked up speed, and when I was a child, YouTube wasn't a thing, so I didn't grow up wanting to be a YouTuber. I grew up wanting to be an actress and a singer and a musical theatre performer. So obviously when I got into Les Mis, I focused everything on that. That was my priority. That was always the plan. The plan was always to be an actress. YouTube was something that sort of I found along the way. But I loved YouTube so much that I didn't want to let it just die by the wayside whilst I continued my acting career. I've continued it, but having my acting and my writing outside of YouTube has allowed me to take part in the bits of the YouTube community that I want to take part in without getting caught up in all of the drama and all of the craziness that YouTube can come with, which I love. I love that. I love that I can sort of dip my toe into the YouTube pool, ocean, river, lake, insert body of water here, whenever I feel like it. And then when it starts to get a little bit too crazy, or I've just, you know, had enough for a while, I can take my toe back out and continue with the things I prioritize in life. And I don't know why I've decided to talk about this now. I think it's because when I was caught up in the height of the YouTube drama, whenever it was, a few years ago, when I was caught up in all of that, it was so unhealthy and so all-consuming, because all my brain ever thought about was stats and numbers and likes and subscribers and followers, and should I be vlogging this? What's the best angle? What's the story that goes with this video? And I was surrounded by other people who only cared about stats and numbers. I was surrounded by people who would ask you your subscriber count before they asked your name. Don't like that. Don't like that. So back then, when some drama happened or there was a YouTube scandal, there was always someone involved that I knew, or I was there for the event at which this drama was revealed. I don't know, like I always had some kind of connection to it. But now, when drama happens on YouTube, it's to do with people whose YouTube names I can't even pronounce because I've never actually heard them said. I've only ever seen them written down. Not to be musical theatre nerd, but to quote Dear Evan Hansen, I feel like I'm waving through a window, but in a good way. I feel like, you know, there's this YouTube house, and every now and again I can, you know, wave in and look in and see what's going on. Occasionally I'll open the window and sort of shake hands with the people inside, but it's not a house I live in anymore, and I enjoy that. It's not to say that I don't like YouTube anymore. I don't like the YouTube community. I have lots of friends who are still very much involved in that whole community, and I'm still going to things like Summer in the City because, you know, YouTube is still a thing that I get a huge amount of enjoyment from, and I still love it. I wouldn't be sat here making this video if I didn't still love it. And I love that Oliver's so involved in it now. Maybe that's why I've been sort of like triggered off on this sort of YouTube chat. It's because I'm watching someone I'm close to discover YouTube. And when I first started on YouTube, I was a decade younger than Ollie is now. I was 18 when I started YouTube and Ollie is 28, so he'll be fine. I don't know what my point is. I don't know if I have a point or if I just wanted to talk about this and air these feelings and these thoughts, but I like that I found a way to incorporate YouTube into my life, not have my life revolve around YouTube, which was very much the case when I first started. I'll do an 8-show week at Heather's and suddenly realise that my camera's been in my bag for the entire week and I've not filmed a thing, and I won't feel bothered by it. I'll kind of think, well, I've had an amazing week. I've just done 8 incredible shows. One of my biggest pet hates, I think I may have talked about this before, one of my biggest pet hates is when people say pictures or it didn't happen. That we can't just have something happen and have it just be an experience and a memory. It has to be documented to prove to other people that it happened, otherwise it wasn't worthwhile. I think that's really sad. I don't like that. Pictures or it didn't happen is kind of the modern equivalent of if a tree falls in the forest and there was no one around to hear it, did it make a sound? If you didn't vlog it on YouTube and post pictures to Instagram, were you even there though? Yes, I was. I've kind of trained myself in the last 3 years or so to just have experiences and not worry that I didn't get my camera turned on in time, or you know, I didn't take a picture. It still happened and it was still meaningful. It was still an experience that I will carry with me through the rest of my life, and I still have the memories, and that is enough. I love YouTube, but like all good things, all in moderation, my dear, all in moderation. In other news, I found out yesterday, but it was announced today, that When the Curtain Falls has made it to the Sunday Times bestseller list. It has come in at number 5, and I mean, look at my face. I'm absolutely thrilled. I genuinely didn't think it was gonna hit the bestseller list. So I kind of just let go of that notion a while back. And it's halfway up it. So, you know, absolutely thrilled. So thank you so much to everyone who bought a copy, and so many of you have just been tweeting lovely things. I personally think it's my best novel so far, and if you haven't got your copy and you would like one, the link is below. And that is where my camera or my memory card, either or, decided it didn't want to film audio anymore. So the rest of that video was just me silently mouthing about Heather's the musical. For those of you that don't know, Heather's is moving to the West End for 12 weeks, starting from September the 3rd, and I put the link to get tickets below because currently the other palace is entirely sold out. So if you want to come and see it, you got to come and see it at the Haymarket. So links below. Thanks for watching.